Hi, in this video we're going to multiply a polynomial by a monomial. So when we're multiplying polynomials by a monomial, the first thing we're going to do is distribute our coefficients. So we're going to have a coefficient for the monomial and we're going to distribute that or multiply that to each term of a polynomial. And step 2, we're going to add exponents. Because we're multiplying, remember our product law. Our product law says that when we have the same bases, in this example x, and we have our exponents, when we multiply, we can add the exponents in order to multiply with same base. Let's start with an example where we have a monomial multiplied to a monomial. So we're going to use our knowledge of product law to help us. We're going to multiply our coefficients. We're distributing this 2x to the 3x squared. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then because we're multiplying x with x, so x to the power of 1 multiplied by x squared, we're going to add our exponents. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So we distribute our coefficients and we use our product law for the exponents. For the next example, we are going to expand and simplify or multiply negative 2n squared to everything in brackets. 4n cubed minus 3n minus 1. So this is where we're going to show our distribution skills. We're going to multiply negative 2n squared to every term inside the brackets, and that's to help us clear the brackets, and then if there's any further simplification to do, we will do. Okay, so we're going to do one at a time. We're going to first do negative 2n squared multiplied to 4n cubed. Negative 2 times 4 is negative 8. And then for our exponents, we're going to use our product law. N to the power of 2 multiplied to n to the power of 3 means we add our exponents. This will be n to the power of 5. So that first term is done. Second term is a negative 3n. We're going to be multiplying negative 2n squared to negative 3n. Negative 2 times negative 3 is a positive 6. N squared multiplied to n to the power of 1. 2 plus 1 is n to the power of 3. Remember, we add our exponents. For our last term, we are multiplying by negative 1. Negative 2n squared times negative 1, we do our coefficients here. Negative 2 times negative 1 is a positive 2, and there is no variable, so we keep the n squared. Simplified, we have negative 8n to the power of 5 plus 6n cubed plus 2n squared. You should always check to see if you can add or subtract any more. In this example, you cannot because our variable exponents do not match. Therefore, we can't combine any like terms here. Let's take a look at the student examples. If you'd like to pause the video and give these a try first, you can go ahead now. I'm going to show now how to multiply 5xy to the power of 4 to 3xyz to the power of 2. We're going to follow our rules. We're going to distribute. So we're going to multiply our coefficients. 5 times 3 is 15. And then we're going to use product law for exponents. Remember, we can only add exponents with the like bases. So we are going to go ahead and combine our x's. x1 plus 1 is x squared. y4 plus 1 is y to the power of 5, and we don't have anything for z, so we bring z squared down. So our result is 15x squared, y to the power of 5, z squared. You can give example B a try. Pause the video, and I'll show the solution. Okay, so here we go. We're going to be distributing 3x. Let's distribute to the first term. 3 times 2 is 6. X to the power of 1 multiplied by x squared means we add our exponents, x to the power of 3. Let's move on and distribute to the second term. This is a negative 4x. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. x1 plus 1 is x squared. And lastly, we multiply to the third term, which is a negative 5. 3 times negative 5 is negative 15. And the x gets brought along, negative 15x. We take a quick look. Nothing can be combined further. We don't have like terms. So this is our simplified trinomial. Go ahead and pause the video for C. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and multiply our first term. We're distributing the negative 5x. Negative 5 times negative 3 is a positive 15. This is x to the power of 1. We're going to add exponents. This will be x to the power of 5. Second term, we're going to multiply. This is a positive 1x squared. Negative 5 times positive 1 is negative 5. X to the power of 1 plus 2 is x cubed. And for our last term, we're going to distribute. Negative 5 times negative 7 is a positive 35. And the x gets brought along. 15x to the power of 5 minus 5x cubed plus 35x is our simplified trinomial. This one looks a little bigger, maybe a little scarier. My advice is to give it a try. When you get ones that have a lot of missing coefficients, you can put those missing coefficients in. That can help you a lot when you're doing the distribution. Okay, so we're going to be distributing 3ab squared to the two terms in brackets. 3 times 1 is 3. We're going to now be adding our exponents. a1 plus 2 is a cubed. And there's no b, so we're going to keep the b squared for that first distribution. For our next distribution, remember this is negative 6ab. So it's 3 multiplied to negative 6, negative 18. a1 plus 1 is a squared. b2 plus 1 is b cubed. For our next distribution, this is a negative 1a squared b. We are going to be distributing to the first term in the brackets. Negative 1 times negative 2 is a positive 2. a2 plus 1 is a cubed. b1 plus 1 is b squared. And lastly, we're going to distribute negative 1a squared b to the final term. Negative 1 times positive 3 is a negative 3. We have no a's to multiply, so we keep what we have. The a squared stays. And we have b1 plus 3 is b to the power of 4. Now when we get this one, we take a look. Do we have any like terms to combine? We look at our variables and our exponents. And in fact, we do have two that are like. 3a cubed b squared plus 2a cubed b squared. We can further combine our like terms and simplify. When we are adding, we simply add our coefficients. 3 plus 2 is 5. A cubed b squared minus 18a a squared b to the power of 3 minus 3a squared b to the power of 4. If you don't have these in perfect order, that's totally okay. I'm putting them in the order that I see them because we have descending order of our a variable, so that works just fine. Our last student example is a large one. We're going to work it out step by step. You may want to give it a try at the start, pause the video, and then check the solution. Sometimes it helps when you're doing polynomials with shapes to think about it in terms of numbers that we know well instead of a's and b's, because the variables can get us, a little bit stressed. So what we want to do here is we want to think about what do we do when we have to figure out a shaded region. And let's say that we just think about it in terms of numbers down below. Well, what I would do is I would get the area of the whole box, and then I would take away the area of the inside. And that would give me the area of the shaded portion. So that's my plan here for the polynomials. So if I had whole numbers, I would do 6 times 4 for the big box and 2 times 3 for the little box, and I would subtract, and that would give me the shaded portion. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply length times width and length times width to get our two areas, and then we're going to subtract them. So I'm showing that here. 2ab multiplied to 3ab minus b will give us the entire big box, minus the inside, which is ab multiplied to 2a plus ab. So we're going to distribute now. 2ab multiplied to 3ab is 6a squared b squared. 2ab multiplied to negative b is negative 2ab squared. For our next distribution, we're going to distribute with the negative. Negative 1 times 2 is negative 2a squared b. Negative 1 times 1 is negative 1a squared b squared. Now we're going to combine our like terms. We have 2 that we can combine. A squared b squared. 6 minus 1 is 5. A squared b squared minus 2ab squared minus 2a squared b. At this point, we're going to substitute. There's no more simplification. So we're going to put in a is 5 and b is 2, and we're going to use brackets and BEDMAS. 5 squared, 2 squared, minus 2 multiplied to 5, 2 squared, minus 2 multiplied to 5 squared, multiplied to 2. Let's solve the exponents. So this is going to be 5 multiplied to 5 squared, which is 25, multiplied to 2 squared, which is 4, minus 2 multiplied to 5 multiplied to 2 squared, which is 4, minus 2 multiplied to 5 squared, which is 25, multiplied to 2. We can do sets of multiplication and finish off with subtraction. 5 times 25 times 4 is 500. Minus 2 times 5 times 4 is 40. Minus 2 times 25 times 2 is 100. 500 minus 40 minus 100 is 360 units. We don't know if it's centimeters or what, but we do know it's squared because we calculated area, and we calculated area because the area is the length times the width. Now you can give the exercises a try on page 168 and 169.